happy to see all of you here for the dedication of the Rotary Children's Library. This is a unique and special celebration for all who love and enjoy our library. The project was undertaken just over a year ago with children's librarian Megan Tosh and then director Tony Buckner, who collaborated on a grant which they received called the Family Place Grant. And staff then embarked enthusiastically on redefining the space and finding the funds to make the project happen. Keywords: finding the funds. This is a community-funded library. Thank you, all of you. From children to adult citizens of the community, everyone contributed. When asked, residents came forward with their donations, and now we have a beautiful space in the library. You are aware that Ray Bradbury passed away this week. His career began with a lifelong relationship with the public library, and his books touched on themes that advocated against censorship and for the freedom to read. It is our hope that all of you, your children, and members of the community will find this library a place to develop such a relationship. And with the help of the chair of the Library Board of Trustees, Catherine Addy, and Deputy Director Alice Quo, I would like to personally recognize and thank those who were the initiators of the project. We're going to get on to the donors in just a moment. And please hold your applause until all have been recognized. We'd like to recognize Chair of the Fundraising Committee, Patricia Hall.
All right.
Please hold your applause. Pete Zibarell, but he's not here this evening. He had a 8th grade graduation to attend. Kathy Brennan. Is Kathy here? And Dorothy Costello. Is Dorothy here?
Yes.
There she is. Find Dorothy. Yeah, I see her hand way in the back. Marie Sinise. Okay, way in the back. And Mary Talwar, I saw her here.
Yes.
I'd also like to recognize staff who went over and above their jobs. Donna Howard is our project manager.
Bravo.
Gerard Brain, who was the artist who designed our plaque, logo, and invitations. And Megan Tosh, our children's librarian extraordinaire. And this is a shout out to a few people. The Friends, Darlene Traxler, on behalf of all the support the Friends provide, including tonight's refreshments. Wow. Diane Lamb, our interior designer. Okay. Karen Matter, who did all of the flower arrangements that you see.
She's on her way.
She's on her way. The Sierra Madre Historical Preservation Society for the $1,000 of children's historical books they donated in Tony Buckner's honor. You will see them on your end when you go. Chris Paulson, who organized the Rotary volunteers to pack up over 400 boxes of books. Joe Feeney, a painter who volunteered his time and just last night finished painting the wall and the stain on the door. He did that because he likes the library. And of course, Catherine Addy, who is a library advocate, chair of the Board of Trustees. I'd like to turn this over and invite Elaine Aguilar, our city manager, and she's been a positive supporter of the library all along.
Thank you, Carolyn. My portion is very brief. I just also would like to welcome you all for coming out this afternoon. This is one of the most exciting things I think I've been able to do this year. And I did get a sneak peek of the room a little earlier. It is just amazing, so please make sure you stay around long enough to take the tour through there. My official duty is to acknowledge the council members and the department heads who are here. I will start with the City Council first. We have Council Member John Kaposha with us this evening. Council Member John Haravidian. Council Member Kerber. Mayor Pro Tem Walsh was going to be here, but there's such a crowd, she might be stuck in the back, I'm not sure. And last but not least, we have our Mayor, Josh Moran. Josh will be coming up in just a few moments to say a few words. As far as the staff, we have Director Alyssa Weaver from Community Services Personnel. I think I saw Bruce Inman, the Director of Public Works. Bruce was also very helpful in the behind the scenes helping this project come to fruition. It was just a great resource for Carolyn in getting this done. And last but not least, I don't want to forget, we have our retired police chief, Marilyn Diaz, back in the corner. So at this point, I will give the microphone over to our mayor.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor.
It is so good to see so many people in this room. I've got a few words, and I too have to leave to go to a graduation. My nephew, Rob, is graduating tonight, so I'll be sneaking out and probably cutting through that crowd. Just want to say that, Sierra Madre Library is and always has been an important hub in Sierra Madre's history and Sierra Madre's lives. In fact, as many of you probably know, the library itself was established by a group of families in 1886. Which was almost 20 years before the city itself incorporated. So the library as an institution is older than the city as an institution. The current building was done in 1955 when the children's room was geared for school-age kids. And although we've modernized this library as much as we can, there was still really no place for the growing number of infants and toddlers and their caregivers, or for the children's age technology and study space that we needed to have. So we needed to create several things. A preschool zone with places for children and their family members to sit, read, and play. A computer zone with up-to-date technology. And a study zone for the many children who come here after school. And what you will find when you go, when we do cut the ribbon, and you enter into the Rotary Children's Library as a delightful, intimate space where children can discover the joys of reading. And coming from somebody who learned how to read right here at this library, and spent many, many hours in the summertime up here reading as many of the books in the children's room as I could, and then graduating into the adult portion of the library and getting into trouble for running around in the racks and making noise and all that kind of stuff. I can say that the library does indeed inspire the true joy of learning. Our library was loved just as it was, and we had the challenge of keeping the best of the old while incorporating the best of the new. And I think that the library and the new children's library has met that challenge admirably. The tradition of community involvement is always very important in Sierra Madre. It is because of this spirit that our local residents, clubs, and groups came forward to donate the funds to complete this project. And before I hand it over, because it's so rare that we're in the library and we get to yell, let's give 3 cheers to all of the members of the community who donated to the library, to the staff for constantly keeping a constant watch over the books that we have here and the kids that come here to read, and for everybody involved in this event here today. So hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! It felt good. Get it out tonight, because tomorrow you won't be able to do that. And without any further ado, I'll hand it over to Megan Tosh, who's the Youth Services Librarian, and she will be recognizing the donors tonight.
It is my pleasure to be here tonight and to greet you all. It's been a quick time that we were going through the process and a long time that we were going through the process. So it's thrilling for me to actually open the room tonight. The new renovation is named the Rotary Children's Library due to the continuing generous support from Rotarians. Here's what Tom Brady, president of the Rotary Club, says about financial support for this project. We saved 8 years, and many people worked hard to save for the Rotary gift. It's a team effort, and we're proud to be involved. Thank you so much, Rotary. At this time, I would like to recognize all the donors who contributed to this project. Again, if you can, hold your applause until the very end. The first certificate is to the Rotary Club, and did Tom, I think I saw Tom running in the door. There you go, okay. Tom Brady, the president of the Rotary Club. And next, I would like to recognize the Sierra Madre Community Foundation. Erica Blodgett, would you accept on behalf? Oh, I'm sorry, that's right, I was supposed to do that. Okay, sorry, I'm deviating from the program. The estate of Shirley McGillicuddy. Very nice. Is Rob here? We'll hold that for later. And I would also like to call Patricia Hall up to accept a certificate for the Friends of the Library Partners.
All right.
I won't ask her to come back up, I'll give it to you later, but Patricia Hall and Frank Hall for their contribution to the Children's Room Fund. Also, Margaret and John Quigley for their contribution. I'll get you later, Margaret. The Mary Tumulty Endowment Fund from the Friends of the Library is, if we can pry Darlene Traxler away from helping. Would you come up to Darlene? Thank you. Okay. All right, and Gloria and Robert Giersbach in memory of Shirley McGillicuddy. The Rotary Interact Club, the youth were wonderful. Rudy, do you want to? Sorry. We did practice this, honestly we did. Louise and Ward Calloway. The Sierra Madre Civic Club.
Anybody from the Civic Club here?
We'll say that.
Alice. Nancy Walsh.
Okay. The Foothill Flyers in memory of Yoshi Inoue. State Farm Insurance, Agent Dave Hart. Tony, Bob, and Lily Buckner. Kathy and Len Hunchammer. The Sierra Madre Police Association. Marilyn, would you like to say?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. There we go. Sorry. Beth Smith, Kellogg, and Ross. Donna and Victor Howard. Nancy Walsh. Alan Levy. Alan and Shirley Levy, sorry. Karma and Charles Bell. I'll fix it later. Marilyn Diaz. This time, please. Yes. Ann and Jerry Dragarian.
Thank you.
Beth and Doug Kearns. Laurice and Patrick Chalita.
Dentist.
Ah. Maria and Adrian Hojda. Marie Sinise. Marianne and Richard Weiss. Miss Melia Wujaja. Nina and Luigi Losarelli. Ruth Hashimoto. I saw Ruth there.
Yeah, she's there, wasn't it?
Alice Storney. There you are, yeah. And Barbara Grippy. Barbara's not here. Celia Plott. Celia's 8 years old.
Is she here, Celia?
We're going to see her tomorrow.
Okay. And Asher. Is Asher here? And his parents, Eddie Kolos and Jim Dewey. There you go, Asher. Asher donated step stools for the restrooms so the children. The following certificates are all to people who donated money in honor of Midge Marash. Catherine and Ronald Bresky. Paul Tyree. Paul Montgomery. Zoe T. Sheila Wooler. Nan and Jerry Carlton. Nan's right here. No,
You?
this one. That's the wrong one. L. Williams.
Sorry, Nancy. There you go.
Okay.
Karen Rubino. Fran Garbaccio. There she is here. Sabra Wallenberg. Okay, and that is our, those are our certificates. So now you can now we'd like to do our ribbon cutting and open the room. Following the ribbon cutting, Alice will have a few concluding remarks, and then you're welcome to enter the room. I would like to have Tom Brady and Patricia Hall come up and cut the ribbon.